Oh, hey there, guys. Eric Polzin with 95 Sports. Going to be getting into the Barracuda Championship. Honestly, guys, I'm pretty excited for the Barracuda Championship. And that's mostly just due to the fact that, one, it looks like DraftKings is going to have some salaries out there. As I'm recording this right now, there are no DK pricing out there. So we'll have to wait and see. I hope that they do. It seems like they're going to. And that's why I'm making this video. Obviously, you can use this for outright betting as well. There's a high correlation between core plays, the top picks, doing well for the tournaments. Like last week, I showed you guys the new data tag on 95 Sports. The two core plays, Mark Hubbard and Taylor Pendrith, both ended up playing well, which was awesome to see. Taylor Pendrith was a little bit risky, I guess, but he ended up finishing top 20. Mark Hubbard was in contention to win the whole tournament. And really, I gave you guys some, honestly, that's just, good stuff there. Like Hurley Long was a player I really liked. He played well. Adam Svensson honestly ended up being a core play to me when I did the write-up. The biggest miss was Kelly Craft. Data loved him. I was getting into it. I thought he was going to be a good play. But, Unique Paul was another, DP Tour player that really started to pop out that played well. And that's kind of the theme, is that we can get some really good plays. And this feels actually a little bit better this week. So I'm pretty excited for the Barracuda Championship. And honestly, guys, the course is very pretty. I know you guys saw it on the cover photo, and I'm just going to pull it up here real quick again in a second, because I also want your opinion. Like, I am thinking about making my 9 to 5 Twitter account more, I guess, personable. So that, like, when I comment on something, it doesn't look like there's a company commenting on it. Although, 9 to 5 is a brand, data company. But it's also like, it's a lot of me. I am kind of the brand as well. So I'm kind of curious as to if you think this would be a good logo, or something like this would be a good logo to use going forward. So let me know in the comment section below. I'll pop it up here real quick, and then we'll get into the picks. But did you guys see that course? I mean, that course is pretty. I hate to say it, but like, that might be a bucket list course. A lot of you guys know I'm in like the northern Wisconsin area, or southern Wisconsin area. If you get into the UP, the Upper Peninsula, in between Wisconsin and Michigan, there are some really cool tree line courses like that. And I really enjoy playing courses like that. So potentially, like, I don't want to say it's like a dream course, but I really like it. So get into the Barracuda Championship, guys. Just going to be looking at a lot of the same key stats as last week as well. So looking at the course, California course, easy scoring event. So alternate scoring event, I believe still. I actually didn't check that. And that's why DraftKings typically hasn't had this contest. But we're going to go with the same stuff. Par 5 scoring, birdie or better percentage, total driving, a good drive percentage, just kind of the same stats as last week that we did for the Barbasol Championship. I just see them carrying over once again this week, but really just looking at golfers that have been playing good golf. That's what I'm going with. So for this video, I'm just going to be using the 9 to 5 data tag once again. You guys are, people that frequent 9 to 5 Sports, you guys know what I mean when I say data tag already, even though this is like the 4th time I'm mentioning it. The data tag is going to be how they rank out data-wise. Like, how many boxes are they pretty much checking? Like, are they in good recent form, stat fit, course history rank? That's kind of what it means by checking all the boxes. So we'll be able to see which players are going to be core plays this week. So Alex Noren is popping up here as well, which kind of surprises me because his recent form is not that good, but compared to the field, it is really good. It still ranks out top 15 in the field. So that is a little bit shocking to me, but he's also popping up because he's a strong specialist, strong course history rank, strong stat rank, and overall just a strong play. So that is kind of interesting. I would personally see him more as a high exposure play, and that's where the human element does come in a little bit. There always is going to be a human element. We know that, but just kind of want to throw that out there. Maverick McNeely makes a ton of sense, and this is where I don't have the salaries just yet, but outright wise, honestly, guys, I could see myself outright betting all 4 of these guys because Maverick McNeely short odds, Alex Noren kind of short odds, but after that, Taylor Pendrith and Mark Hubbard are both pretty good odds there. So pulling up Maverick McNeely on the player profile, I just want to look at recent form. So course history rank is pretty spectacular. He's made 2 starts here, which I like to see. Recent form wise, just going to pull up his past 6 starts. Looking at 16th, 8th, that was bad. He went through kind of a rough stretch. Okay, he did. It was a very bad rough stretch for about 4 weeks, 4 tournaments or so. Then he bounced back, pretty solidly. On the season, he's been playing some good golf. I mean, we can see some, strong finishes in there. He had one of the longest active cut streaks going before he went through a rough patch. It seems like he's through that, so that's why it makes sense why he would be a good play this weekend. And that's why I like to see that he is ranking out really well as well. So let me deselect this real quick. Want to get into course history so you guys can see it. Course history rank, he's finished 18th and 7th. So obviously I like to see that he has at least had tournament history and course history. That is something that is intriguing to me. Key stat wise, let's see here. Let's pull up the key stats. Oops. Click off of course history. I'm already too far. All right, so key stat 1, 2, 3, 4. The key stats once again are going to be good drive percentage, par 5 scoring, birdie or better percentage, total driving. And then also we're looking at strokes getting around the green, but pretty solid across the board. This is how he ranks out in the field. Not terrible. We can see top, 60 or better in all of those key stats. So pretty good stuff there from Maverick McNeely. Taylor Pendrith. Taylor Pendrith is pretty interesting. And guys, real quick, before I get into that, I want to point out the fact that the make cut percentage is pretty low. The projected make cut percentage is pretty low for all these golfers, which is complete opposite of the Open Championship that we have. And if you guys haven't checked out those videos, please do. I put those videos out first. Good stuff there. Looking to have another outright winner. Looking to have another good week. But Taylor Pendrith to me makes a lot of sense. He was injured, prior to 2 weeks ago. Ended up withdrawing 2 weeks ago. I think it was COVID, and then played well last week. So finished, top 13 last week. Like to see that. He finished 13th at this event last year. Top 21 specialist, 9th in course history rank, stat rank top 20 in the field, and also just in the best recent form. 4 straight make cuts in a row. Love to see that. And then Mark Hubbard, really right behind him. Mark Hubbard has been a stud as of recent. Pretty good stat fit. I guess he could be better, but not terrible. Recent form. I want to see the recent form on him. Recent form, 3rd last week, 13th the week before that, 46th, 44th, 52nd, 32nd. He's just been a cut maker for the most part, and that's obviously what we like to see from Mark Hubbard. Should be a safe made cut, should be a strong play. You can tell he wants to win. You could tell he's gearing up to win. And honestly, I'm a little bit sad he's not in the field for the Open Championship. He's a really strong putter. I think he would have made the cut, and I think he would have been a great value. To me, like him and besides the live golf thing, I think him and like Justin Harding are kind of comparable players, except for Mark Hubbard plays on the PGA Tour a lot more. I don't know. I think he would have been a good play for the Open Championship. So looking at high exposure plays, Michael Glick, and I'm curious to see what his salary would be this week. Just given the fact that his current odds, and I put the odds as the salary right now, 70-1, which is pretty good. But we can see course history-wise, 59th, 25th. That's pretty good there. Stat fit-wise, could be a little bit better, but still not terrible. Recent form ranks out top 12 in the field. Like to see that from him. Then Austin Cook has been cooking lately. Sorry, I apologize. But 4 straight make cuts in a row. 27th place finish last week, and that was after kind of just some kind of dumb mistakes in round 1. Was able to make the cut, fired off like a -8. 16th, 63rd, and 13th over his last 2 starts, but also at this course has finished 15th and 53rd. And if you look at the rest of the field, like he does stand out compared to the rest of the field. Any fades? I'm sure there's a ton, but let's just, we want to look at salary, but we want to look at, this is odds once again. So yeah, nothing too crazy. Ryan Moore, I do like. I'll probably go back to the well with Ryan Moore. Just curious, just looking at it. Let's just show you guys my favorite plays other than everyone else. So Nick Hardy, I could see Cam Davis being popular. I don't mind Andrew Putnam, another golfer that I kind of wish was playing in the Open Championship. Finished second at this event last year. He's obviously just a casually good golfer across the board. Recent form rank isn't the best, but he's not a terrible player. He's made 3 straight cuts in a row, so I really don't mind him. Ranks out top 10 in the 9-5 model. He should be a strong play. Hurley Long, which is a player that I really loved last week. I'm going to love him again this week. 4th place finished last week. Besides that, on the DP Tour, has finished 37th, 36th, 45th. He's just been a cut maker on the DP Tour, guys. And so for me, it's going to be tough for me to pass up on him. 40th best stat rank, that could be better, but still not terrible. I don't love Scott Piercy this week. Let's keep going. No, not really with Charlie Hoffman. Justin Lauer, I could see. He's been a name that's popped up a decent amount this week. For DFS wise, it matter what his price tag is. Like, he could be someone we end up on him. Paul is popping up once again, guys. Specialist wise, that's kind of why. But also, recent form wise has been there. Let's pull that up a little bit further here. Okay, I can see why now. He's had some top finishes in there, especially over the last 10 starts. Okay, so that's what's pulling it in there. So, well, let's just look at top 20 finishes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 top 20 finishes. 2 missed cuts. 8 out of 10 made cuts over the last 10 starts, with 4 of those being top 20 finishes, 2 of those being top 10 finishes. Yeah, it makes sense, especially with, last week's start where kind of fell off on Sunday, but, pretty good stuff there. He's someone that I might even outright bet again. Like, honestly, I like outright betting him. I like outright betting Hurley Long. Those would be 2 golfers that I kind of go back to the well with this week. And then, probably just going with, did Cheston Hadley make the cut last week? He did, I think. But I'm probably just going with Mark Hubbard, Taylor Pendrith, Noren, and McNeely for outright bets, and probably just calling it a day. I'm trying to see if there's any other players that are popping up DFS-wise. No, nothing too crazy just yet. Dale is kind of interesting. I don't mind him. He missed the cut. He ended up missing the cut, though. Yeah, just trying to see if there's anyone popping here, guys. But you kind of I just want to get a video out to you guys for the Barracuda Championship to give you guys a nice starting point. Maybe Mark Baldwin. I don't know. I could see that potentially. Sung Yul No. He made the cut last week. I have to see what's going on here. It's not pulling in there for him. I have to see what happened with him because he made the cut last week and he really popped up last week. I'll have to see what's going on there. Obviously, the secondary event doesn't get as much attention as the primary event, but I'll see what's going on there. Should be a good play. Let's just look at kind of just real quick, course history-wise. Who has the best course history here? Putnam, Schaub, Piercy, Robert Streb, a 5th and a 3rd. That's interesting. Brandon Hagee, a 5th and a 12th. That's pretty interesting there. Maverick McNeely, obviously like him. Joseph Brenlet, that's interesting. That guy can go out and score. Roger Sloan, 6th, 44th, 7th. That's interesting as well. Tway, maybe? Tway, baby, turn it up. Did you guys catch that? Hey, baby, turn it up. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know that song. Tway, baby, turn. Don't judge. Recent form-wise, Taylor Pendrith, Paul, Marcus Hill. That's interesting. Mark Hubbard, Hogard, played well last week. That makes sense. Hurley Long, Cam Davis, Sebastian. There's a lot of DP Tour guys, though. It's kind of just shocking. They don't have that much data, and that's kind of why they're popping, just so you know. Stat-wise, it's going to be kind of the same thing there. Specialist-wise, kind of the same thing. There's not as much data for all those golfers. But that's all I have for you guys for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a like, subscribe. I do appreciate that. If you guys want to join 9 to 5 Nation, the best value in PGA DFS, $10 a month. All right, that's all I have for you guys. Let's have a good week. And as always, let's keep cashing.